How are you? My name is Michelle Connor. I'm your VCS for Living Environment. Today we're going to be looking at the pre-writing section for the grant proposals. So this is the Unit 7 performance task. If you're in lesson Unit 7, Evolution Day 18, you're going to go down to slide number 16 and you'll see the performance task. So we're just going to go over the pre-writing section first. So once you open it, in the introduction, again, I think the introduction is good to go through. It goes through what a grant is, so it talks about a grant's amount of money that's given to an individual or organization for a scientific or specific purpose. Completing a research project, funding a new program, or completing one's college education. So these are really good to share with the kids. Just a basic overview of why they're writing it. It kind of helps build context. The task goes over like what's supposed to be in each paragraph, but the pre-writing is really at the bottom. Starts on page 5. So this is the pre-writing to help them with their mock grant application. So the first one just talks about what topic they'd like to research. Part 2 talks about why. So you really want to, when you're doing a grant, you really want to be very specific as to why you need that money and why you want to do the research. So it breaks it down into a couple questions to get them going. And then part 3 talks about your plan for researching. So the students are going to have to kind of come up with this mock example and how they'd research, what they'd research, why they'd research it, and why it's important. One fun thing to do is after you have your students hand in their mock proposals, is to kind of set up a panel of students, or you can switch them around and actually have the students decide whether or not they would fund the proposal, it's really fun. And then you could have either only 1 or 2 can be funded. You could have, anyone's that's really good can be funded. And if you want to do like the best top 2 can get funded, and then that's kind of a good way to build some motivation about writing these well. So student choice is obviously built directly into this proposal. Students get to choose what they want to propose as their research topic. Some students are going to love that. They are going to love that they get to choose their topic. They're going to feel very passionate about something. It's going to be very easy for them. The flip side is for the students that really struggle on committing to a choice. There's going to be a couple students, they're really broken down into a couple categories. There's students that just don't want to make the wrong decision. There's students that just don't particularly have a passion for this topic, and therefore they feel like they have nothing to write about. And then there's students that just really kind of are on even playing field and can kind of write about whatever. So there's a couple different ways to handle this. For the students that are passionate, pick something, let them roll with it. Let them go right ahead and pick something. For the other students, there's a couple different ways to look at it. The first way I like to look at it is if the students are stuck, give them maybe 3 options to choose from. Maybe like, oh, these are the 3 that I came up with. Which one do you think you can write about best? Another way is to give them some evidence or reasoning and then have them work backwards on what they're researching. So you can give them some evidence or ways to research a particular topic and have them kind of work backwards. So you're basically giving them the evidence first to help them kind of jumpstart and feel like they have like a jump off point. And then the third way is simply just assigning one. If there's a student that's super stuck and really just doesn't particularly care so much about the topic or isn't really getting anywhere choosing anything themselves, ask them if you could just pick one for them. Pick one that you think would be best for your students. As educators, we know our students, we know what they're kind of interested in, and just go ahead and pick an option and give them that option and say, hey, I think this one would be best for you. Why don't you try working on this? And this is a great way to kind of get them started and going.